Hello, everyone, and welcome to the penultimate place to get your movie and TV news and reviews. This is episode 59 of the Cross Media Show, and today's topic is our House of the Dragons, episode 1 and 2 review. But before we get into our discussion, if you're listening on your favorite podcast service, feel free to give us a good rating on that platform. It helps with the algorithms and helps us grow our audience. Also, I'm so sorry. Have totally been forgetting to update podcast platforms. So you will be getting Ryan. Don't be disappointed. Don't be disappointed. You will be getting a shit ton of episodes this week. So it's only been like 2 episodes per show. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. So, if you're watching on YouTube, consider dropping a like and a sub, and don't forget to hit the bell to get notifications for all of our shows, like the Penultimate Game Show, the Marvel Mondays Initiative, and Anime Nation. If you're watching on Twitch and have Amazon Prime, ooh, good for you, I guess. Good for you. Good for you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ruben, the director of this channel, and today I am joined by the one, the only, the master of anime, Ryan Smith. Ryan, how's it going?
Doing good, doing good. Excited to talk Game of Thrones.
Yeah, me too. Never thought I'd live to see the day that I say that again after that finale. But here we are. Here we are.
Here we are.
Some housekeeping for you. This week we have shifted a couple of things. We have yet to do Marvel Mondays. I know it's weird. It's not on a Monday. Me and Christian are going to get together later this week to talk all about She-Hulk episode 2 and 3, I guess. I will figure that out with him. If I remember correctly, that's a Thursday show, right? They
It's either
changed.
Thursday or Wednesday. I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I've been seeing notifications for Thursday on Disney Plus. I think it's a Thursday show. We'll see what happens. Um, so yeah, stay tuned for that. This Ryan, I don't know if you've been on Twitter lately, but a lot of people are really upset with our round one bracket of the best
And
video
what
game
I have to
series.
say to these people are, they have no taste.
Oh, um, so I believe, fuck, I believe that we are doing this Thursday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so me, Ryan, Eric, and Lane are getting back together on Thursday to continue said bracket and maybe make some changes. Well, who knows? We'll
We're
see.
not changing anything.
Oh fuck. Okay.
The bracket's locked in stone. Now it's time to figure out the winner.
Oh boy. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry, you Spider-Man and Kingdom Hearts fans. Like a good game.
Listen. I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. Okay.
So
So
am I.
uh,
And I stand by what I said.
apparently not. Apparently not because you wouldn't have let Street Fighter win. But that's neither here nor there. I think that's it for this week of shows. Like, I wish I could promise you a game stream, but like, listen, all my time has been focusing on Fortnite, trying to get to level 90, I think, for the Battle Pass.
You realize you can stream Fortnite.
I can, but then it's like my anxiety acts up while I'm playing. It's a weird thing. Like, this is the only game that I can play, and like my anxiety get. Well, no, that's not true. Warzone was the same way. I guess battle royales just like stress me the fuck out.
That makes sense. That's
Yeah,
stressful.
yeah. But yeah, I am. I believe I just reached level 60, so I have like 30 levels, and if I remember correctly, the season ends
In 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks, September 19th, if I'm not mistaken. So we should be good. Um, And as always, please feel free to leave your thoughts and questions on our speakpipe.com/penultimate conquest. Whew. All right, Ryan. We could go two ways with this. We can do what have we been watching, or we could just dive right in.
I'm down for what have we been watching.
Okay. Well,
Been a minute.
okay. I'm glad you asked. What have you been watching?
What have I been watching? Ooh. Also on HBO Max, I watched Rehearsal.
Oh, We gotta do a
Holy.
rehearsals,
Oh, we do.
a
God.
rehearsal review because goddamn that
Oh,
show.
shit. What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
It was something else.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know. I kept hearing about it online. I was like, all right, I'll check this out. And I was like, oh, this is not what I was expecting in the
I
slightest.
don't think this was anything anybody was expecting.
And yeah, so I watched that and I thought it was really good. I recommend that to anybody. Recommend going with no knowledge of it.
Correct.
Just dive into it.
Yeah.
And then on the movie side of things, I went and saw George Miller's new movie. The guy who did Mad Max Fury Road.
Really
I saw
bad movie.
3,000 Years of Longing. It's a weird movie.
Hmm.
It's
Mad
a
Max is a
weird
bad
ass movie. Mad Max is a bad movie.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean,
That
it's
movie's
Tom Hardy.
amazing.
It's Tom Hardy. You know, I gotta stand by
He's
my.
barely in it. That movie's gorgeous, man.
How is he barely in it? He's the main character.
All right, he doesn't talk though. It's just his body.
It's even worse. You know, like why bother putting him on the screen, Ryan? I have to stand by my.
That's fair. Now, if I remember, somewhere in that room is a Tom Hardy mug.
Yeah, but that doesn't really count. Tessa got it for me as a joke. You know, it doesn't really count.
But I saw George Miller's new movie. It's Idris Elba playing a genie, and it's about how all these wishes have gone wrong.
Huh?
Really
this
pretty film. And yeah, just an all around. It's a weird movie, super weird movie. But would I recommend it? Yeah, probably. It's only an hour and 45 minutes, so it's an easy watch too.
That's so weird. I remember the last, I guess, trailer I saw for an Idris Elba movie was the one where he was doing a family flick against the lion.
That's not a film. That movie's rated R. He gets.
Well, I mean, like, when I say family flick, I mean like he's part of.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a family
yeah,
man.
yeah. I get. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, God, what's that called? Beast, I think is what that's
There
called.
you go. Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
And then, are you gonna go see that Spider-Man for that 11 more minutes?
Listen, I just might. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, that's fine. I'm
I
gonna go
still-
see Avatar again in theaters.
You monster. You're part of the problem, Ryan. You're part of the problem. He can't keep getting away with this, Ryan. The
It's in
fuck?
4K.
He can't keep getting away with this, Ryan. We don't need to see this movie again. All right? Nobody needs to see this movie again. It's not that great of a movie.
It's really pretty though.
All right.
Well, it's pretty in 2011. I don't know if it's still pretty.
Peaked with Titanic, and we'll leave it at that. All right? That was
Oh,
a
no.
movie.
Titanic's a movie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's a great movie. Somebody
And
say
in
a
that vein-
masterpiece.
What have you been watching, Ruben?
I've been watching a whole lot of shit. I've been rewatching Seinfeld, and I'm going to say it right here. Out of all the Seinfeld episodes, there's only 2 bad Seinfeld episodes.
Talk to me.
Okay, the one where they're in the parking lot looking for the car.
That one is bad. I will admit that.
Yes. And the one where they're in the Chinese restaurant just waiting.
Yeah. No, those are both fair episodes.
That's
fair,
it.
Bad.
Everything else is perfect.
Yeah. No. Fantastic show.
Yeah. I've also been watching. Give me 1 second. I've also been watching The Rehearsal, and I guess I've also been watching. I don't really know, Ryan. I don't really know. Let me check my HBO Max. Let's see what I've been watching. Huh. I guess that's about it. Oh,
Bad
Harley
watch
Quinn.
all-
Harley Quinn.
No, I've not watched it. I've not watched season 3 yet. The
I-
name-
wait for it to finish coming out. I would say.
Did it not drop all at once?
Nope. It's dropping
Oh,
episode by
weird.
episode. And I think that's about it. I would also recommend The Rehearsal. I'm still waiting for Dragon Ball Superhero to hit VOD whenever that's gonna happen. I'm hoping it happens soon.
I don't know. It was the top movie last week. I could see it being in theaters for a few weeks.
I hope that too, because if that's the case, then yeah, I'll go watch it in theaters. But
I recommend seeing it in theaters. This movie's gorgeous.
yeah, but like, I've already gotten it spoiled for me, but I'm okay with that. I just wish we could stop focusing on the shittiest character of Dragon Ball. Like nobody
Oh,
needs to hear about Gohan. Let him fucking be a scholar,
fuck
okay?
you.
Let
Gohan's
him
the best
fucking be a
character.
scholar. Gohan's the best character?
Oh, 100% Gohan's one of the best. The Cell Saga,
The
when
Cell
his
Saga is his peak. Ryan, his peak.
nah. This movie brings out something. I want
This
to see Gohan fight his dad now.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Ah,
I we saw him in the you know what? I guess we're just talking about Dragon Ball Super now. We saw him fighting in the Tournament of Power, and if I remember correctly, he was one of the first 5 to go, if not the first one. Krillin could have been the first one, but that's to be expected.
I think he gets bodied by Hit.
Yeah, come on. No. If I remember correctly, I think it was the Venom dogs. I don't remember what they were called.
Oh, the Wolves?
The wolves, yeah. The
I think he
triad.
beat the Wolves, but the Wolves were teamed with Hit. They're from the same universe.
Okay. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
Hit
yeah.
was the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
they
that's what
couldn't,
it was. That's what it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because Hit was just way faster.
Right. But yeah, like
I don't know,
Gohan, he's a
man.
coward.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I really like the original Dragon Ball a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Same here.
I really like the son and father thing of Piccolo and Gohan.
I do
Um,
too, and I just wish it continued on after the Cell Saga, you know?
that's what this movie's about,
I don't
and
know.
it's real good.
Okay. All
I
right.
recommend seeing it.
If you say it's real good, I'll go
It's
give it a
real
shot.
good.
Okay. All right.
It's also just some of the best fight scenes DBZ's ever had animated.
Whoa, that's crazy. Did you see Broly?
Or you did see Broly.
Oh man, that's a lot. Okay. All right. Now I'm interested. Okay. All right. I guess it's time to get into the topic of the show.
Now, before we dive into this,
Talk to me.
because we're talking Game of Thrones here, that's what we're talking here, people. House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
What's your history of Game of Thrones? Were you a big Game of Thrones guy when it was airing a couple years ago?
I had seen Game of Thrones. Like I started watching Game of Thrones. I want to say after season 3, so like around season 4 started. No, season 3 or season 4 started. Like the summer before season 3 or 4 started is when I caught up with everything.
Okay.
But the rest I watched like religiously on Sundays.
I'm some there with you. I started it in season 2,
Okay.
and then yeah, just watched it religiously every Sunday.
Now, of course, we have the question that begs an answer. Were you satisfied with the ending?
Fuck no. That may be the war. People give The Sopranos a lot of heat for a bad ending.
No, stop. The Sopranos is just
I
trash,
like
though.
The Sopranos ending. This is up there with Lost for some of the worst endings I've ever seen in a fucking show. This shit, there's so many ways this went wrong.
Yeah.
And there's so many easy. So, here's my fan theory for you. George R. R. Martin told the only other people that know the ending of the story of the two brothers who made Game of Thrones. I think he helped them. I think he gave them a bad ending, so his book ending will always be the
That's
one.
exactly what I'm thinking too. And it was gonna do the same thing for this show.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing about this show. Is you know how like the modern what are the Harry Potter movies out now called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, or like textbooks from the Harry Potter world?
Oh, are they? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Okay, so they're textbooks.
Okay.
This came from a thing of history that he wrote about Westeros. It comes from like a big book that's written like a textbook.
Okay.
So we don't have any details on the way these characters act, on how they were. We have events that happen
Mm-hmm.
in like a historical setting type deal. We don't know about these characters personality wise. and all
Okay.
that. So they're coming up with all of that for the show.
Interesting.
The only thing they really have is some battles and some plot points to hit.
Okay. Interesting. I kind of like that.
I like it too.
Yeah.
It gives them a bit more freedom.
Yeah.
You just gotta make it to the big moments.
Exactly. And I've heard a couple people tell me, well, and also like the show kind of show you that this is gonna be there's gonna be a time skip in this show.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we already had one.
Did we?
6 months in between the first and second episode.
Oh no. But what I mean is like they're gonna be flashing backwards and forwards. Like,
Yes.
yeah, and I really hope not because that is super annoying. I would rather you just show the
I
tell it
think
chronologically.
what I'm hoping for is the Targaryens ruled for a really long time.
Yes, sir.
Make each season about a new family. Do House of the Dragon. Keep doing it because it is House of the Dragon. You can keep going backwards and forward in time.
I mean, you could go backwards. You can't really go forward.
You have 175 years to work with. We know nothing of the Mad King.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we have 3 generations forward and about 40 generations back.
Yeah, 40 is a lot of seasons. I would say.
Oh, what I'm saying though is there's a lot to work with.
Yeah.
If you want to start going back in time and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I say that's the way to do it. Make it by season.
Yeah,
I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I would say, I also kind of wish that this show was focused more on like the Mad King. Like it started with his reign and then ends with him.
I mean, the end of Game of Thrones really touches on that. We know Jaime kills him. We know Robert Baratheon goes to war for him, goes to war against him, kills the other Targaryen brother.
Yeah.
Because one of my favorite things I read is he uses a giant battle axe to break apart the red jewels in his chest, pounding them into him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's all Game of Thrones is an epically violent story.
Right, and it shows with this first episode.
Oh my god, this episode! I love this episode.
Really? I mean, I thought it was a really good episode.
I think it's a killer episode.
Part of the birth.
You see, I think the jumping back and forth of the battlefield and the birth and 2 different types of graphicness is a really interesting way to handle it, a really interesting way to do it.
Okay.
And you get the juxtaposition of what the king is showing to the world. These epic night fights, the celebration, all that, and then the horrors he's enduring in his actual life.
Right.
And I think that's very interesting.
I do too. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, keep going.
No, go ahead.
I lost my thought, so
okay.
It's gone now.
I could see how that's a really, really good way to portray like what's happening. I just wish like context, man. Just give us not context, I guess. Just give us a warning of like when you're switching between scenes, because Jesus Christ, I did not need to see that happening.
Yeah,
like,
it's a little graphic.
Yeah, especially for the first episode. It's a lot for the first episode.
Yeah.
So it shows that they're not afraid to go too graphic, but which I'm all for. But at the same time, like it's a real strong ending for a series premiere.
I think it kicks it off on the right foot. I think that's what I really like about this first episode, and something I'm going to dive in right now is how strongly, because of the actions that are happening throughout it, it shows off what kind of people these characters are. Like, you have Rhaena and her best friend. Rhaena, the strong-willed fighter princess, typical that kind of storyline going. You can get her character beats.
Yeah.
She's probably way more within that, but at the moment, that's what we see her as.
Yeah.
Then you have Damon. First off, I want to give it out to Matt Smith.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
god.
Holy shit.
Killing it.
This man was the doctor at one point.
Yeah.
Now he's a scoundrel. Scoundrel I'm rooting for, but still a scoundrel. It reminds, again, he's been killing in these villain roles, but
I've only seen the one.
you get his character who is starkly loyal to his family till they betray him.
Yep.
He may be a violent bastard, but he's loyal to the Targaryen bloodline and all that. Then you have the whole high court. You have the Hand, who you can tell is playing the king like a fiddle.
Like a fucking fiddle.
Otto Hightower. Then you have the queen who never was and her husband.
Yeah.
And I would say those are the.
What happened?
Check the chat. Massive bot.
Okay, give me 1 second. Where are you seeing that?
Is the Facebook.
Facebook. Give me 1 second. All right, I'll check it. Continue.
So we have her Krios and her husband and her wife.
Mm-hmm.
His sister.
Yeah.
The king's sister. Then we get to the king, who is.
Are they sisters? Wait, is that her sister or is that her? Oh yeah.
He's his sister.
Yes.
The king is his sister, and then that'd make him the brother, not his brother. Yeah. Yeah, it's his sister, and who she married, who is a Vulgarian.
Mm-hmm.
We have all that, and then we also have some interesting plot points that are happening. We have the crab feeder out in the Stepstones.
Yep. Which is
and
weird, it's so it's so gross.
We'll get to that when we get to episode 2.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We have all that going on. We learn that there's some political unrest, and we learn that he needs an heir.
Yep.
And that's where we're at when we start this show off. I love that it gives us all of that in pretty much the first 20 minutes. I see the big players. I see who will be important throughout the show. And I see the kind of people they are. Now, there probably will be some surprises and twists here and there. But, all in all, we can kind of really get a good vibe for every character.
Yeah, so far.
Mm-hmm.
I have one question for you.
Talk to me.
The last Game of Thrones show that we saw had a little bit of, taboo in it, so to speak. Did you get some certain vibes from the when we first see Matt Smith with Rhaenyra?
All right, big spoilers up, big everything up.
Boy.
Content warning.
Yeah.
Oh, there's gonna be some fucking incest.
Yeah,
I'm calling it now. They get together.
I figured. I know. I immediately felt it the way he was talking to her, like in the Iron Throne.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like, oh no, some nasty stuff is gonna happen between these two. Just wait. I kind of saw the Hightower playing his daughter against the king.
Using his daughter as a tool.
I knew it was gonna happen, but like, hey man, you do what you got to do. You're trying to get that crown. I get you. I see you.
He wants the Baratheons to be able to take the throne.
Yeah, I see it. I am interested in how she kind of reminds me of Daenerys. Rhaenyra kind of reminds me of Daenerys, where she's like.
Reminds you if Daenerys was likable.
Okay, let me rephrase that. She reminds me of Daenerys, like season 4, where she's got like, she's not taking shit from anybody, and she's just taking.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah. So like, I'm gonna skip around between episodes, but like episode 2, where she just decides to fucking ride the dragon over to Dragonstone, and like take command of the situation, and she's like, if she talks to Hightower, and Hightower's like, "Princess, you should go back home," and orders a bunch of guards to take her, and she's like, be careful because if anybody, the dragon is very protective of me, so I
Mhm.
wouldn't want to see anybody get hurt. I was like, that's a badass thing for you to say.
Well, the minute his dragon, Damon's dragon,
Yeah.
is the largest dragon in the realm.
Yep.
First off, holy shit, the CGI budget they have on these dragons.
Yeah. They spent
They
it
are
all on the
looking.
dragons.
They are. I mean, the sets look amazing. The
I don't know about
costume.
that. I've seen a couple of shots of King's Landing where I was like, well, this just looks like a fucking fake ass town on a fucking video game.
See, I think they look great.
Some
I think it looks
most of
great.
them do, but there's some specific shots where you like, oh no, that CGI doesn't hit.
But I think the CGI of the dragons themselves look insane.
Mm-hmm.
Look better than most movie monsters from most movies.
Right.
They're looking fantastic.
Absolutely.
And they're using them to good effect. Because I originally thought when I saw his dragon step over, I was like, he's going to burn the shit out of all these motherfuckers.
Yep.
Because here's the thing. I knew he was going to go rogue from the first episode
Yep.
when they said he has 2,000 loyal men.
Yep.
I was like, why did you let him get 2,000 loyal men?
Well, it's because Hightower has been playing the king this whole time.
He has been, but
Yeah.
if it goes to war, he wins. They're the ones who are battle tested.
Yes. You're absolutely right.
So we go through that, and then we of course get to the knights, the tourney,
Mm-hmm.
the jousting tournament, all
Yes.
that, and the birth of the king's son, which is two graphic things. The knights just devolve into them beating the ever living shit out of each other with medieval weapons.
Yeah. Yeah. Which did not
Oh.
expect to happen, but
Yeah, I was like, okay, we are just going straight into hitting a guy in the face with a mace.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then some gnarly birth scenes, and sadly, the death of his wife and son.
Yeah. Tragic, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which then we get to that scene of them on the pyre, Targaryen tradition, you get burned by dragon flame.
Mm-hmm.
But we get to that scene, and the father can't do it. Rhaenyra can barely do it. Daemon is the one who is giving the push and being helpful.
Yeah.
Who is being like, you have to be strong in these moments and all that, for her to be able to say Dracarys. And so you can see he is fiercely loyal to his family and will help. But then you go to him being heir for the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say like I saw that scene play out a little differently in my head. In my head, it wasn't that he was loyal to his family. It was that he needs to take care of his brother so that his brother will eventually name him heir to the throne.
You see, if he was going to go that route, I would have saw him helping his brother. I think he understands that his only route to the crown is through Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
But I also think he does care for his family.
Absolutely.
Because if we'll get there, but in episode 2 it shows that more.
Yeah.
So that all happens, the death, all that, and then we get to the shocking revelation of it, which is Otto had a spy listening in on to Daemon.
Yep.
Hearing him scream heir for a day. All that. And then it goes to that they are going to pronounce Rhaenyra as the next heir to the throne, the first woman to ever be pronounced heir. All that happens. We get the big scene of her dad, and then also the shocking revelation of the Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah.
Which is where Game of Thrones, and probably I'm guessing the only things from Game of Thrones that is transferring over, that will be mentioned really, other than location, is the prophecy that a massive winter is coming and something will be in it.
Right.
But there's one thing I really hate about this.
What?
At the end of Game of Thrones, in one of the worst episodes ever, remember Sam is writing his book, and he calls it the Song of Ice and Fire. And I'm like, how the fuck does he know this? Which all makes sense, because that is the name of the book series.
Yeah.
But still, an upsetting moment for me. And we get to Damon being exiled and Rhaenyra taking the crown. Well, taking the heir.
Yeah.
Then we jump 6 months into episode 2,
Right.
where Rhaenyra is nothing really has changed for her. She's still the woman who brings the wine, keeps the cups full, all that.
Yeah.
And the ships of the king's brother, the king's sister, have been taken. They're getting fucked with. The channels for Triad by a man named the Crab Feeder. And one of personally a favorite scene of mine in the opening.
Oh no! It's
Holy shit! It was
so
fucking disgusting. But goddamn, the minute they said, I'm like, I want to see this man feed dudes the crabs.
no. I don't.
And then it opens up on a beach where these crabs are just eating people.
Best CGI crabs I've ever seen in my life.
What about the rave crabs? Remember the dancing crabs that went around the internet for a while?
No.
Oh yeah, there's these rave crabs.
Huh.
But
You also missed one important detail for episode.
What did I miss?
I'm sorry. The king is mysteriously ill from something that they don't know what it is, and he's just bleeding.
Oh, he just has an infection.
He's got an infection. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's the sickness from Game of Thrones.
I don't know because that turns you into scales. You remember, you don't bleed or anything like that. You just turn to dust.
He cut himself in.
He cut himself on the throne.
Yeah, he cut himself on the throne.
It's an infected wound from the throne.
Yeah, but before that, he had a scab on his back.
No, I'm not talking about when they put his hand in the maggots. I'm talking about the one on his back. These are just things you do for cuts. Think about it. It's the Middle Ages. You don't have antibiotics and Band-Aids.
Right. They were saying how they were putting
infected.
leeches on the back.
No, on the back they burned him. They cauterized it.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so on the back he has a scab on the back that they were cleaning out, and somebody had said we should do leeches, and then one person recommended cauterizing it. Yeah, cauterizing it. But
and he's like, "Fuck it, let's do it."
He got cut from the throne on his arm, and also his finger.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's a regular infection, Ryan. I'm pretty sure this man's dying for something.
I don't think he's dying from something. I think it's infection.
Okay.
I think they just want to show a lot of medical shit this season.
Okay.
Medieval medical shit.
Yeah.
And also the wear that the throne has on you.
Yeah. Although he's a king in peace, in times of peace, I don't really know how much shit he's going through, you know?
Heavy as the head that wears the crown.
During peace, Ryan, that shit's light as a feather.
It's not during peace, though. He has again, one of my favorite scenes of it is his son just died, and every vulture is coming out of the fucking thing to be like, I have an idea for heir. I have an idea. I have an idea.
Yeah,
and he's like, you fucking vultures.
Yeah.
My son just died.
But
Give me a fucking minute.
I felt so bad. I know we're just popping all over the place, but I felt so bad for his wife because, like, she even says when she's in the bath, she's like, "I can't. After this kid, I can't do this anymore." 5 kids in 10 years just dead. Jesus Christ, it's the psychological toll that must have taken.
Oh my God, yeah. No.
And then for him to just be like, yeah, just do what you can to save the heir. Like,
here's the thing, though. She would have died either way.
She would have. She would have.
That's the
No. Wait. She wouldn't have died either way. Most likely she would have, but like he had a chance to decide who he wanted to save.
No, he didn't. He said you either kill both or you kill one.
Yeah.
That one being the child. They're like, we can save the kid.
Okay. All right.
Through a method we learned from the Citadel, but other than that, there's no way to save your wife.
Oh, give me 1 second, Ryan.
All good.
Okay, so continue. You were on episode 2, I think.
On episode 2, we get to episode 2.
Yes.
We meet the crab feeder, kinda.
Yeah.
And then we go into Oh, there's one other little thing that I want to touch on from episode 1.
Okay.
The king, when he's alone, he's just building a little miniature city, which we do see later in Game of Thrones.
Yes.
I just like that's what he's doing in these dark hours. Is he's like, I'm gonna whittle
Yeah.
a 1 to
No.
40 scale King's Landing.
It's not him doing it. He's just telling them. No, it's not King's Landing. It's
Not King's Landing.
uh
Red Reach. Or what's it called?
I thought it was Valyria. Old Valyria.
Was it Valeria?
Yeah. Old Valyria.
Okay.
So he's doing this, and he's telling the artists what it looks like, and then they're making those little sculptures.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he was there with the chisel.
No. That would be funny. I'm
like, this is just what he goes
I
to.
can't make this meeting. You guys go on without me. I still have to finish this.
He's working on Lego sets. I get it. But that also brings in Otto playing the cards he will, sends his daughter to comfort him. That's when we start getting that kind of rapport back and forth between them, the talk of history, all that.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
It is.
But but in the beginning it doesn't feel vengeful at all. It doesn't feel bad.
No.
You can see Otto, but the guy just isn't into it. He's like, I'll talk history with you, but I'm out.
Yeah, it's weird.
I am emotionally drained.
I'm emotionally drained, and also you're my daughter's best friend.
Best friend. Yeah, no, this is bad.
Yeah.
So then we get to episode 2. Chorus comes back in again, being like, "Yo, they just keep fucking up our ships.
Yep.
We need to figure out something to do that." And then we go to the gardens where him and his wife talk with the king and being like, "We have a daughter for you." And I was like, "They have a daughter?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, "No, I've only ever seen one other person who looks like them, and she's like 6."
Yep.
I was like, "It can't be, right?" Cut to next scene. It is.
Yep.
And that's one of the
So
most.
gross.
That was an uncomfortable scene.
So gross. And even
like,
him, I
"Oh."
can tell. Like,
Yeah, he was just like, he's like, "I don't want to be doing this. Why am
Yeah.
I here?"
I'm just
like-
like here to, I guess, like, oh yeah, I tried it, but like, nah, I can't do it, man. She's too young for me. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still, it's a weird ass scene.
Yeah.
All that, and he's like, "Is that what your father told me? Is that what your mother told you?" All that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then we get the juxtaposition of the queen who never was and Rhaenyra talking.
Yeah.
Which I think is one of the most interesting conversations we've gone so far.
It is.
Because they are both, they're like, yeah, they're going to try and replace you instantly.
Yep. And
They're not
Rhaenyra's
letting a
like-
woman touch the fucking throne.
Yeah, she's like, nah, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to change
Yeah.
that.
And we go through all that. And then we learn Daemon has taken over Dragonstone.
Yep.
Which you may remember from the end season of Game of Thrones, where Daenerys put up shop and is the first place of the Targaryens when they began their conquering of Westeros.
Yep. If I remember
He just,
correctly, I think Dragonstone is like carved into. I think he had said carved into a volcano. If I'm-
Valeria was called into a volcano.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why the volcano erupted
Yeah.
and killed everyone.
Yeah.
And Valerian steel was lost.
Mm-hmm.
So we learned that he's doing that there's problems in the free cities, and he's trying to figure out what to do about an heir and about succession and all that.
Yeah.
Then we get the interesting thing of he's like, I'll go talk to my brother out in Hightower who just sent me a wedding invitation out in on the Dragonstone.
Yeah.
And Otto's like, no, I'll handle this. Otto goes out there with some boys, and he is not prepared. Otto goes out there thinking it'll be nothing. He has 2,000 men strong up in his castle, and the largest dragon of the empire.
Yep.
But then out of nowhere, like we said earlier, Rhaenyra comes in to be like, uncle. Hey, let's not do this. Let's not have this fight right now. And he's like, not gonna do this with her here. He gives up the dragon egg he stole,
Yep.
and they leave. Then he starts talking about his empire, all that, what he wants to his so soon to be wife, maybe. Who
Yeah.
knows?
It's not looking like it, but yeah.
Nah. And what's after that?
After that, we get the scene where the king announces that he is going to marry. Fuck. Sorry. He is going to marry Allison Hightower.
Yes. He's going to marry Otto's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Rhaenyra violently walk out of the room.
Oh yeah.
Caraxes walk out of the room. A lot of people from the table walk out, really.
Yeah. Everybody's pretty upset, you know.
Yeah, Otto's happy.
Yeah, Otto's happy.
And all that goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to, I think, the most interesting scene for this season. I mean, for this episode. Which is Caraxes going over to Dragonstone to talk with Daemon.
Yeah.
And convincing Daemon to go deal with the crab people.
Mm-hmm.
To look like a hero. To look like a champion of war. And to show his power.
Yeah.
Which I'm guessing, from the looks of the way the episode ends, which is we see the crab field again.
Yep.
And we see weird fish people.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think they're wearing human skin.
That's what it looks like. Which
That's
is also
my
gross.
guess.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, super gross.
My guess is they do that to defend themselves from the crabs, maybe? Have a layer of protection from the crabs?
No, I don't think so. That doesn't make any sense because like the crabs are the ones that are eating the dead skin.
Well, they're eating the dead. They're eating the dead people, but no. So like, they don't want to stop biting into you.
I guess so. Like fresh meat, you know.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But and then we start hearing a rumble, and then the episode ends.
Yeah.
So my guess is his dragon is about to fly over and
Oh yeah. Just
torch the shit out of the place.
or try to. Little do they
I
know.
don't know. I don't think there's a lot that can beat his dragon.
I
That
don't
thing's
know.
huge.
Giant crab.
Now
All the
that'd be height.
All the crabs just morph into one giant crab, you know?
Now that sounds too much like Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I am expecting this show to be to keep going strong. I know it's only been the first 2 episodes, but this has been a strong first 2 episodes for a TV show that I don't know if you know this, Ryan, but this was the highest HBO series premiere of all time. If I remember correctly, it was 10 million views for the first episode on opening
There's a
night.
few things I'm really interested about for this show.
What's that?
One, yes, I did see it was the highest highest watched show on HBO Max.
No, HBO.
On HBO, yeah,
Yes.
sorry. As a series, as a what's it called? Day's premiere.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of that one apartment complex when the episode started and everyone's TVs are going on like that? Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
But no, this feels strong. It reminds me of the really good like 3 through 6 season of Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Well, you are just so intrigued by all the political intrigue happening,
Yeah.
all this. I was a little worried for HBO for a minute there.
I mean, we're still worried about HBO.
Oh, I have a few comments to make before we close the show on some fuck you HBO type shit.
Oh boy.
But for this, you're doing it right. It feels like Game of Thrones. The political intrigue is there. The dragon and the warfare is there. Everything that I want out of Game of Thrones is there.
I am expecting this to be more political than Game of Thrones was. More political and less action based.
I think it'll be still actiony. I mean, there's been violence in every episode. I see the next episode being a battle.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, yeah, I guess you're kind of right. Yeah, okay.
But I do see assassinations happening.
Mhm.
I do see things like that. Otto ain't making it out of this season.
I don't know,
Someone,
man. I
someone's
don't.
gonna kill Otto.
I feel like it might be his daughter that like orders the hit. You know, like
But overall, I think it's a really strong start. But here's the thing that I'm interested in.
what?
They're competing. This is the first time Game of Thrones has ever had to compete with a show like it. Lord of the Rings and the Rings of Power launches.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're not a Lord of the Rings guy. Neither am I that much. Again, I always stand by the Clerks 2 quote. There's only one true return of, and it shows Helene of the King. It's of the motherfucking Jedi. I stand by that.
I mean, like the Hobbit
But
movies were better. You know.
fucking hell. It's getting rave reviews though from the people who got screeners.
I saw the trailer. That trailer did not look
Oh,
good
the
at all.
trailers. That's the thing that everyone said. The trailers look awful.
Yeah.
The show is gorgeous. It is well done.
Okay.
It's Tolkien. It's what people who like this kind of shit want to
Mhm.
see.
Okay.
And the people who like that kind of shit also like Game of Thrones.
Listen, I'll check it out. But so help me God, if I have to see another fucking, I don't know, like,
And here's the
is
interesting thing
Gollum
about
showing up in this?
no, this is thousands of years before Gollum.
You never know. You never know.
So the interesting thing about it is though it's following a very similar thing as Game of Thrones, where
Yeah.
it is taking a history book,
Mm-hmm.
basically the Cerulean, and taking a part of it and turning it into a show.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see how these shows do against each other and all that because they are very not similar in nature, but it's still high fantasy.
Yeah.
It's two arguably the two biggest high fantasy properties airing shows at the same time.
Right. I don't think it'll be a problem because if I remember correctly, Rings of Power is coming out on Thursdays.
It will be Thursday, but I'm just very interested to see what if one falls off. What if one is way better than the other?
Okay. All right.
Now you have that. There's options to choose.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If one isn't tickling your fancy, you can go check out the other one.
Yeah.
That's not usually how it is for those kind of shows. Usually, the big types of shows they are at different times.
Yeah. I don't know.
Especially same genre like that. But I think all in all, this show's off on a really good foot.
Yeah.
Even though Warner Brothers Discovery is burning HBO Max to the ground.
Unfortunately, it's so stupid. Oh my god, I hate it so much.
It's fucking awful. The one thing I have to say on it is, how the fuck could you do that to all those animators? You had so many animators that now their shows are lost forever, other than piracy.
Yeah.
And you're forcing them to say, if you want to see my shit, you have to hit the high seas.
Oh, it's. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is about that, but like HBO Max is probably top 3 streaming services right
Oh,
now.
100%.
It's doing the competition that you want it to do with I was gonna say HBO Max with Netflix and probably Amazon Prime.
I mean, Prime, at the moment, at least for me, until the Lord of the Rings show proves its worth,
It's only
it's
been
The Boys.
Yeah, that's it. It's just been The Boys, but still, like I'm trying to figure out what else.
I would say number 3 is either Disney Plus because of all the Marvel bullshit.
Yeah,
People want to see their Marvel and their Marvel people. People want to see their Marvel and their Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars person, so I'll admit that when one of those shows comes out, it does get me.
mm-hmm.
Or it's Apple TV. Apple TV puts out bangers.
Apple TV. The last banger Apple TV put out was fucking the fuck. I don't even remember what it's called.
The Office one,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but it was good, and everyone talked
it
about
was
it.
very good, very good.
That's the thing, though. When they put out, though, they don't put out as much, but the shows they do put out are usually pretty good quality.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like Amazon Prime is always putting out really bad action movies starring mid actors like Chris Pine.
Chris Pratt.
Sorry. God, there's so many Chris's.
Oh man.
And then Netflix hasn't had a good show in months.
It's just churning out shit.
Garbage.
Yeah.
It's turned into the reality TV of streaming.
Unfortunately, yeah.
where they're like, "But we have Stranger Things." I'm like, I just don't care anymore.
Oh, I don't know about that, Ryan. Check out Stranger Things. Finish it up.
Oh,
It's very,
I
very good.
watched it all. It's just it's so much. It's so much, and it comes out so little. And I'm like, this cannot be the only feather in your cap.
It
I
is.
remember when you had this Queen's Gambit and all these other things going on at once,
Yeah.
and it was insane.
Bloodline. Never forget. Fucking Bloodline. I love that show.
Ooh,
That was a
that was
really
a good
good.
show.
Yes, it
That was
was.
a good show.
Yes, it was.
Squid Games. Remember when that was the biggest thing in the world?
Yeah. Squid Games season 2 is coming out soon, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. I don't know how.
But no,
they're-
that's the problem with HBO Max. It has the best shows,
Yeah.
but the shows that are really good, they're all going to get canceled.
Yep. Well, all the HBO Max originals are going to get
Yeah.
canceled, which sucks ass.
Like a personal favorite show of mine that got canceled, The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it got canceled. They canceled season 3.
Fuck.
Right? That show was so good.
I don't know if it was good. I watched season 1 and I couldn't really. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Danny McBride, but like, I don't
Did
know.
you grow up around those kinds of churches?
No.
Okay, you see, I did.
Yeah.
There was a big ass mega church in the middle of my town
Okay.
where I grew up. So
Makes sense.
I've been around those kinds of people, all that kind of thing. And if you've been around them, it's one of the best commentaries I've ever seen
Okay.
on that style. And season 2 just gets more insane. You add Eric Andre to that mix.
Oh, God.
Ah, it's a fun time.
I can only imagine.
But that's the thing. All these creative shows that came out of HBO Max. That's the thing about HBO Max. They had the most creative shit.
Yeah.
And now it's all disappearing.
Yep.
And they're using it as tax write-off, so it's all going to go away.
Yeah.
Like Raised by Wolves. Super interesting show. Gone.
Yeah.
But then they're always spouting off their new shit, and I'm like, cool. I'm hyped to see Succession season 4.
I mean, yes, you should be hyped to see.
I am hyped for
Okay,
it. Succession is an amazing show. It's modern day Game of Thrones. Don't get me
Yes,
wrong, I
yes,
love it.
Yes.
But that's really it from like that teaser they showed, like at the beginning of Game of Thrones, where like it's all the
Last
new
of
shit.
Us part. Oh, well, Last of Us.
I am excited for Last of Us, kinda.
Yeah.
I'm as excited as I am for the remake. I'll watch it, I'll play it,
Oh
but
my
it's
God.
not.
I saw. I want to say it was Wario60. No, it was Nibel on Twitter that put out the link for the 7-minute gameplay trailer that they put up
Yeah.
today. And somebody in the comments was like, "Did you purposely put a thumbnail of the original game up for like just for shits and giggles, or like was that on purpose?" He's like, "Nah, man, I just pulled this from the fucking video."
That's funny.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like, if I don't know how much they're going to change to The Last of Us for me to care about a show of it. It's such a show-like game already. Like, I'm not playing that for the combat. I'm playing it for the story.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know how well I'll be able to connect with somebody else playing Joel, even if it's an actor I really like with Pedro Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been for everything it's going to show me.
Yeah.
Especially if it doesn't end. Like, if the season doesn't end with the story ending.
Yeah. I don't think it will. I don't think it will.
Neither do I. I think they're going to get to the cannibals and call it.
Yeah. I am interested in watching the show. I am not interested in playing Last of Us Part 1 again. I feel like they should have just held off. One, you shouldn't have been working on this at least for another 2 years. Two, you should have been focusing on factions, getting factions out, because that is what we've all been waiting for, instead of another remake / remaster of Last of Us Part 1, which we already have.
I'll be honest, I was expecting a full remake of Uncharted 1.
Even that, I would have taken that.
Yeah,
I would have taken that. Or at least maybe another Uncharted show. Another entry into the Uncharted series.
Even DLC to Last of Us Part 2 would have been fine.
Yeah.
Like they did for Last of Us Part 1, where it's a completely side story.
Yeah.
There's so many characters we met in there. especially since you have to play as a different character at the end of that game.
Let me ask you a question. I know this is
Yeah,
we're talking video games on a cross media, but
yeah.
that's
Talk to
okay.
me.
Do you think Factions is gonna be a battle royale?
God no.
You don't think so?
Did you play
I didn't play
the Division?
Factions. I did play the Division, yes.
I think it's gonna be like the Division.
Okay, it was very
I think they're
entertaining.
going to have a PvP area where you go and gather supplies for your team,
Uh huh.
your faction, as it will be. Um, and you will do that, but players can come in. The players or walkers will be in the area,
Okay.
and you will have to kill both to be able to get out, get your loot. I
Okay.
think that's what it's gonna play like. I think it'll be that.
Let's hope. Uh,
I don't see it just being a shooter.
I don't know. Originally I thought it was just gonna be a shooter, and then they're like, "No, we actually made it way bigger than we wanted."
Or who knows? Maybe it plays like Destiny, and there's like strikes and shooter.
That could be it too. Yeah. Yeah.
I have no idea what The Last of Us is up to. I have no idea what Naughty Dog's fucking doing. All I know is Sony needs to figure shit out.
Yeah. Yeah. Right up until
um,
they buy Square Enix, but that's another shit.
that's
Topic
another
right there.
story.
Yes.
Um, any last thoughts on Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons. You're killing it so far. Episode 2 was really, really good. Like I said, just do me a favor and don't show. I don't know how to say this. Don't show me older Rhaenyra with younger Rhaenyra in the same episode. Just do it chronologically. Okay.
Yeah, if you're going to go forward in time, just keep me forward in time. I
Yeah.
don't care if you do.
Yeah.
Like, I get that it'd be really boring to watch the lives of these people play out.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to just hit the big moments, works for me.
Yeah.
But don't go back and forth.
Yeah, please don't. I'm begging you. But yeah, I'm excited to see episode 3 on Sunday. It's gonna be a hell of a time. I'm excited to see more Matt Smith as the kind of antagonist, like because I see both sides where he is.
I also see both sides.
Like he is kind of like the heir to the throne. Like whether you want to give it to him or not, he is the next one in line besides Rhaenyra. But like, if you had, if you asked the people who would you rather have, I'm sure they would say, give it to Daemon. You know.
But they banished him.
Yeah.
And how much of Westeros is this man gonna burn to take that throne?
He could burn all of it.
I'm also very interested to see some of the other families we know.
Yeah, that guy from Dorne,
we've seen the guy from Dorne.
Yeah.
We've seen a Stark that came. We saw the leader of the Stark.
Rickon.
And we've seen the Lannister banner as one of the knights, but I'm very interested to see what they're up to at the moment.
Yeah.
Because at the moment they're just gold miners. They're making their wealth in gold.
Yep.
So again, I think this show is starting off hot, and it's starting off hard. It's starting off hard. It's going places.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's got me intrigued, which is something I'm very happy about. It's got me looking forward to Sundays again.
Mm-hmm.
And HBO, you know the mistakes you've made. You know what you did with Game of Thrones season 1. Not season 1, but the first series. You know how it ended. Just don't pull any of that bullshit.
Yeah, don't fucking do it. Yeah.
And I think other than that,
yeah,
you got a good show.
Yeah, so far so good. So don't screw it up. All right, don't fuck it up. With that being said, Ryan, it's time to do some plugs. Where can people find you?
People can find me at Ryan the Lion 3055 on Twitter, or wherever and whatever I'm doing on this wild world of the internet.
Okay. And of course, you can find me here for the rest of the week, talking all about She-Hulk, talking all about this bracket that's lit Twitter fire. You know, those 12 people just lit them on fire. You know, they're very angry at us, but you know what? Tough shit. You weren't here, so fuck off. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The fuck off. Come back.
Don't be mean to Aaron Sheeny.
I'm sorry. Come back. Aaron, we love you. With that being said, Until the next conquest.